Hello chatbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my week/weekend. I hope you guys are all having a lovely weekend and you've all had a lovely week. On my Monday I got up and I didn't have work, which meant I got a line and felt so good not have to set my alarm. I then got up and got changed and had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast and was listening to a bit of music and doing some drawing and colouring in and just reading some more of Solitaire, one of the books from the Heartstopper universe, and I can't wait for the new Heartstopper series to be out in October. And I had a cup of tea and some biscuits and was just working on some illustrations and doing some colouring in and watching some vlogs and TikToks. And then I had some lunch and was just watching some stuff off record, and then I went off on a massive walk and I got some flower starts that I'm going to show you guys now. Got some really nice roast snaps whilst on my walk, and then I came across this pretty flower wreath and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that. It's so pretty. Then I continued on with my walk, and whilst on my walk I got a few selfies and got some in front of some lovely flowers, and also got one in front of this beautiful stream that I came across, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of the stream. It's such a pretty stream. Then on my way back from my walk I got a photo of this bumper with a baby Yoda bit of artwork on that I'm going to show you guys now. It's so cool. Then I got back and I was just watching Escape to Country, Father Brown and Home and Away, and wrote a bit of my journal, just a bit of music and just a drawing and colouring in, and was watching a bit of Gardening Rescue and reading some more of Solitaire, and had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and was watching some TikToks and some vlogs and some funny dog and cat videos. And then for my tea I had a spaghetti bolognese, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. The spaghetti bolognese was so delicious. Then after that I was just watching some stuff on Netflix, listened to a bit of music and was working on some illustrations and doing some colouring in on the colouring app on my phone, which is so therapeutic. I love using that colouring app on my phone so much. And then I went off for a little evening stroll and I got some flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys. I had a lovely evening stroll. I'm loving the lighter evenings. Then I got back and I was just watching UK soaps, finished writing my journal and put that away, and was just listening to a bit of music and doing some drawing and colouring in on the app on my phone, which is so therapeutic. I love that. I was watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos and posted some new TikToks. I then had some cereal and was watching some episodes of Doctor Who, and then I went off to bed. Then on my Tuesday I got up after a nice lie-in and had some breakfast and got showered and changed and ordered me and my family a butties lunch. I hadn't had a butties in so long, so I was so excited to be getting that. And I then was just watching some episodes of Friends and catching up on Neighbours, and just listening to a bit of music and was listening to a bit of the Kate Bush House of Love vinyl. I love Kate Bush so much. And I then was just sorting out my office and my dolls and dollhouse and sorting out my Bleach doll, and I was going to be working Tuesday evening, and one of my colleagues was going to be doing my Wednesday evening so that I could go out as had planned, but unfortunately had to work the Wednesday evening and my colleague did the Tuesday evening, as I had to sort back as couldn't have it covered in the end, so had to reschedule the Wednesday thing. So when I had Monday, Tuesday off, and I then went off and collected the butties lunch with my mum, and we dropped my older brother and younger sister's butties back to the house, and me and my mum went down with my grandma's butties and had ours at my grandma's house. And I'm going to show you guys a photo of the butties that I had. The Buddy's lunch was so delicious. I hadn't had one in so long and it did not disappoint. I had a tuna cheese, onion, lettuce, cucumber toasted wrap with a Belgian bun. I always saved the cherry to last and had that with a cup of tea in my favourite mug that my grandma always puts my cups of tea in whenever I go down there. I always have it in that mug. And then we just sat and chatted and had a go catch up, and the weather was so crap. It was raining and just so miserable and so dark, and it then stopped and stayed like overcast, which is good. And just as we were leaving, I got some flower starts from just outside the front of my grandma's house. I'm going to show you guys. It's so beautiful, and I love all the little rain dots from where the rain had gone. It's so pretty. Then me and my mum headed back, and halfway home I got dropped off and ended up heading to the high street as the weather had picked up and wasn't as dark and gloomy and rainy. So I then headed up to one of the flower shops, and I got there and went off to the plant section from there and got some plants that I'm going to show you guys. Had a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there, and also got some flower starts from there that I'm going to show you guys now. I love flower and plant photography. I could stay in the flower and plant shops all day if I could. I then went off and had a look on some of the charge shops, and then I went off to this craft shop and I got this little sign that I saw on their Facebook page advertising their new stock. I knew that I had to get, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of that now. I got this really pretty sign from one of the craft shops in the high street, and it says you can do hard things, and it has this really pretty bit of artwork with some mountains and trees and sunshine, and I absolutely love it. Can't wait to hang this up in my bedroom. I absolutely love it, and I've hung it on my bedroom door. Then on my way back I got some more flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys now. It was a lovely walk back from the high street, and the weather picked up and the skies were lighter, and I was like, please, please, please do not rain on me. I didn't have a coat. I did not want to be getting soaked by the rain, so I'm glad that it had brightened up. I then got back and was watching Escape to Country and Home and Away and catching up on some Doctor Who episodes from the new series, and then I would listen to a bit of music and do some drawing and colouring in. And for my tea I just had a classic. I had fish fingers, mash and beans, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that. Just can't go wrong with a classic like that. It was so delicious. Then after my tea I sorted out my bleach doll into a new look, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of that. Here's my new bleach doll look. She has some black boots on, this purple floral dress on with this blue denim jacket with some pastel coloured knitted sleeves either side, and it's got some lanterns on. It's from the Tangled DIY Disney doll clothes set that I got, and she has a black hat on, and that is the new look. She's looking fabulous. I'm loving her new outfits that I'm putting her in. And then I watched the UK soaps, finished off my journal, put that away, had some cereal and was watching some stuff on Netflix, and then I went off to bed. And then on my Wednesday I got up after a nice lie-in and was just watching some episodes of Charm and a bit of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Love a bit of Buffy, and listened to it in music. I was doing some drawing and colouring in and had my breakfast, and then I got myself ready to go off to one of the flower shops, went off to the new one just at the top of the high street, and I got some flower sets from there that I'm going to show you guys. I was then chatting with the flower shop keeper in there, and I hope you guys all had a lovely bank holiday weekend and bank holiday Monday, and we were just chatting about our bank holiday Mondays. And then I got some plant stats from there as well that I'm going to show you guys now. It's great in there. I love flower and plant photography so much, and their flower and plant displays are so lovely. They have stuff outside as well because the unit they're in isn't the biggest of units, so they use the space really well. I then went off and had like one sort of child shops, and then I got myself some lunch from Co-op, and then got back, and on the way back I got some more flower starts on the shake. I then had my Co-op meal deal and just writing a bit of my journal, listening to a bit of Kylie, and then I watched Home and Away and watched a bit of Merlin and sorted out my Blue Duck doll and tidied up my doll's house and my office and watched some vlogs and TikToks, and then I got myself ready for work and I got dropped to work. I got to work and got clocked in and put my bag and coat away, and it was me and one other colleague on shift, and it was pretty quiet. Wednesdays are normally quite quiet, so I just smashed out the clothes and cleaning jobs, and then we finished about 11:30ish, and then I clocked off and got picked up, and I got back and got changed into my PJs, and then for my tea I had a tuna pasta salad, and then I was just watching the UK soaps and finishing writing my journal and put that away. And then after that I was just sorting out my doll's house and rearranging a bit of the doll house, and then I was just watching some stuff on Netflix, and then I went off to bed. And then on my Thursday I got up after a nice lie-in and I had some breakfast and had some toast and a cup of tea and had a bit of jam toast. I love a bit of jam on my toast, and was catching up on Neighbours and was watching a bit of the live action Barbie movie with Margot Robbie, an absolute queen. And then my mum and myself went off to go to the farm shop cafe with my grandma to have some lunch, and we went and picked up my grandma and then headed off to the farm shop cafe. And just before heading in I got 2 flower starts from there that I'm going to show you guys. I got those from the little flower and plant section they have, and they also have a section where they have fruit and veg and stuff. And then we got into the cafe and I had a tuna cheese panini with a chai latte and also had a bit of apple juice, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that and also of these little bunting little flags they had above the window, and it is so cute in there, and I'm going to show you guys that now. The food was so good in there, and those flags above the windows were so cute, and the views were so lovely, and it was not far from where me and my family used to live, so we drove past our old house. So I was like, hello old house, and yeah, it was a lovely house to live in and grow up in, and we had all these fields that we used to go in and we used to play Lord of the Rings, show my age a bit, and used to always go out from sunrise to sundown. We'd be out playing, and it was a good place to grow up in. But as we got older and we wanted to go out and hang out with our friends more, it was a little bit more tricky, like having to try and get into town and stuff, but being out in the countryside. So we then moved back, and the rent of the houses went up a bit, so we then had to move back and had to move out, which was gutting. but it think they've put a bathroom upstairs now, but there wasn't a bathroom upstairs, so you had to go downstairs to get to the loos. And me and my siblings used to bomb down the stairs, turn all the lights on through the house, go to the bathroom, and then go back, turn all the lights off, and then jump back into bed, because of course it was dark down there and we were all terrified there was a monster that was going to get us. You know, as kids you think that kind of stuff. And yeah, I do miss that house, and especially the gardens. But yeah, it was lovely going off to the farm shop, lovely views outside when we start eating our food, and went and had a look around the shop they have there, and I got some stuff on there that I'm going to show you guys a clip of. I got these 2 things from the farm shop when having a look around there. I got some jelly beans from the sweet section from there, and also got this pink lemonade, which is pink rose lemonade with like rose syrup, like rose water. I love rose water, like rose Turkish light, and these rose biscuits, like rose water biscuits my mum used to make, which was so good. And yeah, I love it at the farm shop. The cafe is so lovely, and the shop with lots of like locally grown made things in there. It's always so good having a look in there. I love pink lemonade, and especially the rose water in there. I love rose water flavour, it's so good. Then me and my mum brought my grandma home, and just before that we had to pop to the shops so she could get some stuff from there. And then we got back, and then me and my older brother went off on a bike ride. We got my trike out and got that sorted out, as I hadn't been on a bike ride for ages, and went off on quite a big bike ride, and it was so much fun. And then we got back, and then I watched Escape to Country and Father Brown and Home and Away, wrote up my journal, listened to a bit of music, I was doing some drawing and colouring in, and then I got myself ready for touch rugby, and my dad was fishing like he does most Thursdays, and I then got to touch rugby, did that, and did some great passing and catching, and was doing really well. And we had a few new players come and join, which was lovely, so I was getting to know them. And then I got back, got showered and changed, and then for my tea I had Spanish chicken, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. The Spanish chicken was so delicious, and I was absolutely knackered by the end of the evening, as I've been on a bike ride and then to touch rugby, so my legs were killing me. So I spent most of the evening just chilling, finished writing my journal, and then put that away, and then I was just watching the UK soaps and catching up on some stuff off record. And my dad got back from being at fishing, and then I had some cereal and went off to bed. And on my Friday I got up, showered and changed, ready to go off to morning group, and had some breakfast. And then my mum dropped me to morning group, and I got to morning group, and I was making these wooden like insects. You had to push the stuff out and then stick it all together, and painted that. And I love a bit of arts and crafts, and it was just so much fun. And had some music playing as well, and had some cups of tea and coffee and some biscuits, and I good old NASA. And it's such a lovely morning group, and always have so much fun there, and always find the time just goes so quickly. You know what they say, time flies when having fun. And I'm going to show you guys a clip of the insect that I put together and had to use the hot glue gun to stick together and painted, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of that now. Here's my little insect that I made out of wood. It's so cool, and we painted it and put it together. Had to use the hot glue gun, which is very fun but frustrating because it kept on falling apart a bit, but we got there in the end. And yeah, it looks so pretty and it's so much fun. I love that, it came out really well. Then my mum picked me up, we got back and I had some lunch, and then was just a bit of music and did some new illustrations, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of one of my new illustrations that I did. Here's one of my new illustrations from my new illustration book. I love her boots. She's got these sparkly boots on with these netting stockings, and she's got a cupcake with a cherry on top, purse, and a lovely ring and some black nails, and she's got these netting arm gloves and a heart cut dress, and she's got a puffy sleeve short sleeve to top underneath that with some hearts on, and a black choker necklace. And I love the black space buns with the hair dangling down either side, and her face is so pretty. I love doing the faces, the lips, the eyes, the eyebrows, the eye makeup and the eyelashes. And yeah, that is one of my new illustrations and probably one of my favourite ones from my new illustrations so far. Probably one of my favourite illustrations for a new illustration book so far. Then me, my mum and my dad went and picked my grandma up, and then we went off into Yates Shopping Centre as I had to do some errands and stuff and sort some stuff out. And then the thing that I had to go do, turns out I can't do it in the shop. You have to do it over the phone, so they gave me a number that I'm going to call up and sort that out. I did, however, get some flower snaps from a little flower store from the shopping centre that I'm going to show you guys. I then got some peonies flowers for my grandma. She said the other day when we were at the farm shop, they had some there that she said how they were quite nice, and we got double-headed ones. And when paying for them, the lady on the stool said how my socks were very cool, and I had some Scooby-Doo socks on, which I love. I love when people compliment me on my socks. I'm known for my crazy socks and my very out there socks, so when people notice them, it means a lot. Love that. And then we went off to Whatnots, and I got 2 vinyls, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of those now. Went to Whatnots and got these 2 vinyls. I got a Wick Ashley vinyl and also got Mal and Kim's Respectable. I love this song so much, it's such a great song. Can't wait to give those a listen to. Then my grandma got dropped home and I was just watching some stuff on Netflix, there's a bit of music and doing some drawing and colouring in. And then I got myself ready for work, and I was doing 6 till 10, and I got dropped up to work, got clocked in and put my bag away, and it was just me and 2 other colleagues on shift, and it was pretty busy, lots of people having cocktails, as we do cocktails 2 for 15 on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, so that was quite busy. And I was just doing lots of cleaning and clothes jobs, running lots of food and drinks, cleaning tables and doing food and drink orders and bill taking, and saw and chatted to some of the regulars. And I fished at 10, clocked off, got my bag and got picked up. I got back and got into my PJs, and for my tea I had a mac and cheese, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. The mac and cheese was so delicious, nice and cheesy, just how I like it. I then finished writing my journal and put that away, and then I was watching the UK soaps, just a bit of music, I did some more drawing and a bit of colouring in, and was watching some vlogs and TikToks and caught up on some of my favourite YouTubers' new vlogs. And then I went off to bed, and then on my Saturday I had work at 3, so I got up and got showered and changed and had some breakfast and was just listening to a bit of music and did some drawing and colouring in. And then I got myself ready to go off for a massive walk, and I got some flower starts I'm going to show you guys now. I then went off and had a look around some of the charity shops and went into one of the book shops, and I love the smell of old books and books to one of my family friends, so I was having a nice chat with them. I then went off into Coffee One and had a caramel frappe and a bit of Victoria sponge cake, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. The Victoria sponge cake and caramel frappe that I had for Coffee One was so good, and I sat in the comfy sofa area that I managed to get in because normally it's being used, so I managed to get into the comfy sofa area and sat there for a bit. And then after that I went off to one of the other flower shops and I got some flower starts from there that I'm going to show you guys now. I've been in that flower shop for a while as I've been so busy with work, and so it was nice getting to get in there. I went to go in there the other day and it was closed as they had a wedding they were doing flowers for, so I was chatting with them about that. And then I got a succulent plant snap from the plant section that I'm going to show you guys now. There's such lovely patterns on that succulent. Then I made my way home, and on the way back I got some more flower starts that I'm going to show you guys now. I had a lovely stroll back, and I'm loving all the lovely flowers and all the roses that I'm able to get snaps of. Then I got home and I was just listening to a bit of music and doing some drawing and colouring in, and I got myself a Greg's lunch and had that, and I saw my mate Dean, who I used to work with, who now works in there, so I was having a nice chat with him when getting my Greg's. And then I was just watching some TikToks and some vlogs and posted some TikToks, and then I got myself ready for work, and I was doing a free till close, and I then got to work and got clocked in and put my bag away, and it was me and one other colleague on shift to start with, and then they finished, and then one of my other colleagues who was on a split shift, so it was in day and evening, came on shift, and we were just getting loads of cleaning and clothes jobs done. And then one of our other colleagues came in at 6, and then one of our other colleagues who was also on a split shift came in a little bit later on, and then when they came on, the colleague that came in at 6 went off, and then I got to have a lunch break, and I sat on the tables in the top corner in a little raised area and had my headphones with me, and I finished off watching the newest Doctor Who episode and had a chili dog and a cola for my lunch, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. The hot dog was so good. I didn't actually think I was going to be able to finish it all because it was so huge, but I did, and I was like, oh my god, must have been hungry, and I was really happy I was able to finish the whole Doctor Who episode. It was so good. I'm absolutely loving this series. Not a bad episode so far, and next week's episode has Jonathan Groff in, and it's giving me Bridgerton vibes, Clockwork vibes, the Gun in the Fireplace vibes, which is one of my favourite Doctor Who episodes ever, so I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. And then my alarm went off to signal my end of my break, so I then continued cleaning tables, running food and drinks, doing food and drink orders and bill taking, and I also did some pints and some gins and did some coffee making as well. Slowly getting on coffee making, which is great. And then me and Tash closed. I absolutely smashed the clothes and got all the clothes and cleaning jobs done, and then we got out of there and we then went off to the pubs with some of our colleagues, and my dad earlier on in the evening had dropped off a t-shirt for me to get changed into for going off to the pubs, and then we were waiting for some of our colleagues who were at one of the pubs, so we were just waiting by our workplace, and whilst waiting, Tash had a varsity jacket on, and I asked if I could try it on, and she got a snap with me in it, and I'm going to show you guys that snap now. I think it suits me, and I really want to get one now, and she thinks I look good in it and was like, oh yeah, you should definitely get one. And then we met the others and went off to one of the pubs, and I got a old malt cider, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of that now. I love old malt cider so much, it's so delicious. And I also got a Mir selfie from there that I'm going to show you guys now. You know how much I love a Mir selfie. It was such a great evening. We sat in the courtyard and I saw so many people I know, so I was chatting with them. We had some Jaeger bombs, and then we headed back to one of our colleagues' house for a bit, and I got back. I didn't get back till 3 in the morning, and I got home, quickly got into my PJs, finished writing my journal entry for the day, and then went off to bed. And luckily I had Sunday off, which is a first for a long time, which I was able to have a lie-in. And I got up naturally about 11ish and didn't have a hangover. I'm very lucky I don't get hangovers for some reason, just blessed I guess. And then I had some cereal for my breakfast and was just catching up on neighbours and listened to a bit of music, and my dad was out cleaning the cars out the front, and I got myself ready and went off to the garden centre and on the way up to the garden centre I got some flower sets I'm going to show you guys now. I had a lovely walk up to the garden centre and it was a lovely sunny day with lovely blue skies. I had my headphones on, listened to some music and got some great flower snaps and selfies whilst on my way up to the garden centre. I then got to the garden centre and the first thing I did was go to the cafe to get some lunch, and I'm going to show you guys the lunch I had from there now. I had a tuna cheese toastie with some chips and some coleslaw, and had a bit of this custard slice which looked so good and it was delicious, with a Sprite and a pot of tea. And then I let my food go down, and then after that I went off to the flower section and got some flower sets I'm going to show you guys now. The flower section is so amazing at the moment. All these lovely dahlias and really pretty flowers with lovely patterns and colours on, and I just love the garden centre so much. The garden centre is my happy place. And then I went off and had a look at the stationery and homeware section and looked at some of the mugs from there, and then went off and got some plant snacks from the plant section I'm going to show you guys now. Plant section is so huge. I love all the pretty cactuses and succulents and plant pots from there. And then I got some more flower sets that I'm going to show you guys now. So many plants and flowers to get photos of. Just love it up there. I then bumped into one of the ladies that I used to do work experience with when I was doing work placement when it was YVAL. I was hoping to be getting a job out of it, and I was going to be, and then when it turned to Dobbies I got dropped, so that was a bit frustrating. But yeah, I was having a lovely catch up with them, and they're also lovely and always great having catch up with them. And then I made my way back, and on the way back I got this pretty plant snap that I'm going to show you guys. Such lovely patterns on those leaves. I then got some more flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys. Then I got back and I was watching the first Scooby-Doo film, the live action one. I preferred the first one to the second one, to be honest. And then I was listening to a bit of music and doing some drawing and colouring in. And my older brother had popped to the shops to get stuff for a barbecue that we were having. My dad had got some stuff earlier on in the day, but my older brother went off to get some bits that we had forgotten. And then I got myself ready to go off on a bike ride with my brother and older sister. Older sister arrived and we went off for the bike ride. We did have to come back as my trike was squeaking a bit, so we had to sort that out, and then it was sorted out and it wasn't squeaking anymore. And it was such a great bike ride, and the weather's been really lovely today. It's been lovely and sunny, but also with a bit of a breeze, so it's not been too sticky. And then we got back and I got showered and changed, and then I did some TikToks and posted those, wrote a bit of my journal, sorted out my bleacher doll and listened to a bit of music. And then my grandma came over for the barbecue, and my younger brother and his girlfriend also did. And then we had the barbecue, and I'm going to show you guys a snap of the barbecue spread that we had now. The barbecue was so delicious, and I'm not until tomorrow night now at work, and got my uniform ready for tomorrow night. And we are now off to go play some games of bowls and enjoy this lovely beautiful weather that we're having. And yeah, I hope you guys have all had a lovely week/weekend and have a lovely new week ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.